They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
18 Rattlers, 18 Rattlers. Warriors, 17. 18 Pioneers.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Here's Hardman to return. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 36 yards on the play.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Come on, come on. Hey.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 7-0.
Lions, nothing. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit. 74 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Cooking like cheese.
Here's Swift. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 1979. And I would dare say Roger's numbers would be larger, but remember, he had a commitment to the Navy. A graduate of the Naval Academy back then, you had to serve your 5-year hitch before you could go on and join the NFL.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes complete. The tight end Kelsey. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Well, that's a good-looking rookie right there. I love how he let the play set up and then showed that explosiveness that I saw on tape in college. Remember I showed you the clip of what he was doing and setting up blocks, and then he would just go? We saw it on that play right there. That one was fun to watch.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first. You know, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top roll, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass loss of over 15 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
19-18.
Back to throw again. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, had his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 87 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7.
Chiefs 21, Lions 7. Harrison Butker.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. First and 10. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's airing it out for Williams. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick.
And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Nicole Hardman, 52 yards. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Lions 7. Harrison Butker to kick off 4 games to City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams.
And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. There he goes, right side. The 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
79 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking at mid-season form here in the opener.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back up.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Lions are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Chiefs offense are not set to begin this drive. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And now here's a carry heading left. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
10, third quarter of the season opener. Here's Mahomes to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And a solid run down inside the 30. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Butker's kick here is good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 39, Mahomes. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There's a reason the number 4 was flashing through my mind when he let that one go. 3 touchdowns already in his back pocket. The deep ball's been a great weapon for him in this one. Unfortunately, empty on that attempt.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. On the return is Williams. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 16 yards right off the bat for the first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Ready, ready.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got this complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
2nd and long. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, You're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they control their destiny in this fourth quarter.
And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 37 yards.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 42.
And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. This is a big spot right here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Let's go now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they...
He's got a man, complete. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
81 yards.
and the Lions have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. This defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move in. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
The CD always a little extra excitement for week 1.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the